everyone. It's Kirk McLean here, and you're watching Clay's Canucks commentary.
Hey, Canucks fans, and welcome to Clay's Canucks commentary live, presented to you by Vancity Experts Real Estate. I'm your host, Clay, Emo Canuck Clay, and this is my Canucks take, all in one take. It is Tuesday night, October the 15th. If you're new, here's what you should do. Hit the subscribe button now for Daily Canucks Insight that's positive, timely, and trustworthy. Hope you guys are doing okay. I know it was another Canucks loss. We're going to break it down as positively, but as honestly as we can. A 4-1 loss. The Canucks are now 0-1-2 to start the season. 2 points in 3 games. 1 game over 500. This is the first game of a 4-game road trip, and we're going to talk about it as we always do. Tuesday night is my shorter stream. You guys know I have to wrap it up at 11:40. So I can get to my church and my church hour by midnight. And then Tuesday night is also the night where I do my quick bowling recap for a couple minutes. So we'll get to all of that in a couple of minutes, get to my mid-show sponsor read about 20 to 25 minutes from now, and spend the last 15 to 20 minutes answering all of your questions. So moderators, do what you need to do to keep this a safe and respectful place. Members, that's Legends, Hall of Fame, and franchise members, thank you for your support. And to everyone else, no matter where you're watching from, whether my beautiful neighborhood of Steveston, in Richmond, in the city, Lower Mainland, province, country, continent, or around the world, thank you for being here. You know that you could be watching anyone else, doing anything else, getting ready for work, school, or better, all three. But the fact that you are here with me right now, know how much I always appreciate you, and I never, ever take you for granted. So this is how you can get involved tonight. You can subscribe, so you can get active in the chat section and get notified of my videos every single day. You can like the video. There are 42 of you in here on YouTube, another 25 of you watching on X. Those of you on YouTube, I would invite you to like the video. Very easy to do. Whoops. Yeah, you can see I'm checking it out. You can hover over the like button and just press it. Press it with your thumb, or press it with your mouse, or press it with something. But that's what you can do if you want to like the video. You can leave a donation. Be the first to get the donation train out of the station. You can gift a membership. You can buy your own membership. You can upgrade your own membership. You can use your monthly membership message, your M. And if you're listening on a podcast platform, you can rate and review. So that's how you can get involved tonight. And I hope you would consider doing so. Okay, really quickly. It's Tuesday night. Yeah, you can, Swerve and Irvin, you can like the stream on Twitter as well, but you don't have to. Every little bit of engagement helps. But if you are watching on X or on Twitter, you can certainly watch this tomorrow. Hey, nice to see you, Gerald, even if it's for only 3 minutes, but I appreciate you being here. Okay. See some of you guys talking about Langton. I'm going to contend that this game was not Shilov's fault at all. At all. I would 0% blame Shilovs, to be honest with you. And that's not just to prove me right, but we'll talk about that in a couple of minutes. I'm going to do 2 minutes maximum on my bowling because it's Tuesday night. That's what I do. You guys know that I returned to bowling after a year hiatus, and our team's doing really well. Our team was in 3rd place out of 20 teams, but we matched up a place against the 2nd place team, and we got hammered tonight. We lost 38-12. Yeah, so we dropped down to 5th. So we're still in the hunt for the top 6, which is where you want to be. But yeah, we got hammered. 12 points. I got 6 of those 12 points. So I got 6. Our middle guy got 4. And then our anchor got 2. And our anchor is really good, but he got beat by another good anchor. And then so that's 6 points, 4 points, 2 points. That makes it 12. That means we did not win total points of any of our 4 games. So we lost game 1, game 2, game 3, game 4, and we lost total. So that's 20 points we gave up. And then we only got 12 of the 30 individual points. I had a really bad first game, 144. And so then my opponent hammered me, but then I bowled a 190, then I bowled a 150, and then I bowled a 191. So I actually won game 2, 3, and 4. Those are worth 2 points each, but my opponent won game 1 and he won total because I squeaked out some victories, whereas he hammered me in game 1. So he won game 1 in total. So he won 4 points. I won games 2, 3, and 4. I won 6 points. So yes, I did my part on my team, but I would certainly love it if our team did a bit better overall. So it was my strongest bowling night of the season, though. I averaged 169, 168.75 to be exact, a total pinfall of 675. My goal is to have a total of 700 pins between all 4 games. Then that would be a 175 average. There, my 2-minute bowling update. Thank you for indulging me on that. So just like our bowling team, the Canucks lost today too. The Canucks lost. I will go through the game, and then I will talk about what I think the issues are plaguing this team right now. And yes, to me, it is not goaltending, actually. At least it wasn't tonight. So I'll share the screen. I know maybe you've already watched this. You've already been at some other shows. You've already listened to other shows. But let's go anyways. And then, yeah, instead of showing the replays and getting copyrighted, I can show you these goal simulations as we talk about. So the first goal was Nikita Kucherov. Juleson falls down. Kucherov gets it to Point, who gets it to Radish, who does a really nice cross-ice pass to Kucherov, and then he puts it past Lankinen. Shelovs had no chance there, and it really started when Juleson just fell. He didn't get tripped, and then Kucherov made a really good pass to Point. Radish, really nice pass through the seam. Who was on the ice for us? It was the Bluger line, and it was, who was the defense here? It was Juleson, and it was Forbert. So that was goal number 1. Goal number 2, we don't have a simulation, but the Tampa Bay Lightning dominated the first period, but the Canucks dominated the second period. They did. But so this goal actually came across against the flow of the play. I don't have a simulation to show you. Just know that McDonough starts the play from behind his net, gets it up to Jake Gensel, who drives the lane, and then gets it back to Braden Point in a one-timer slap shot past Shelovs. I think Shelovs should have had this one. If you watch the replay, I don't like the way that Kiefer Sherwood kind of just left his man. So I think he could have been on point, because he was the first forward back. He had to take. I think he went to the slot. But I think Sherwood could have played that better. So the Sherwood Bluger Suter line was on for the first 2 Tampa Bay goals. No goal simulation to show you. Then the third one was the Cirelli goal. And this one was the backbreaker. It was like 39 seconds into the third period. And it starts innocent enough. Look at this. There's only 2 players there for Tampa. And that's Hagel and Cirelli. The Canucks were on a line change, but it wasn't even that. It just, Tyler Myers just got outplayed. Look at this. Like when you look at this right here, this looks pretty safe. It's basically it's 2 on 4. Well, no, sorry, I shouldn't count Shelovs. It's 2 on 3. So Hughes has to tighten this gap, and Myers has to be aware that Cirelli is behind him. I'm not sure what Besser's doing here, because the puck gets through, and then Cirelli gets position on Myers and puts it past, bangs it past Shelovs. And then the Connor Garland goal, which was nice on the power play. And this was after a bit of pressure. And then Garland back to Hughes over to Miller, deflected by Besser. It trickles through Vasilevsky. Hard to tell if it would have made it over the line, but good, smart play by Garland, who just came out of the penalty box. Good, smart play by Garland to poke it over the line to make sure that it went in. And that was 3-1 early. So the Canucks still had a chance. Then Tampa had a goal disallowed for basically goaltender interference, pushing the puck in the net. You think the Canucks would have some momentum, but it was all for naught. And then you had the empty net goal by Hagel. Didn't like Miller's play there, kind of lazy. And then a 3-way passing play, and then an open net for Brendan Hagel. Once again, Brandon Hagel. You watch this again, and it's kind of, I love these simulations because you get to see where every player is. But if you watch that again, Miller made a really, really bad play. Look how much space he has there. All he's got to do is do a really good pass back to Hughes, but instead he bobbles it, and then it's Cirelli that comes on the puck, and then a chip play to Paul over to Hagel, and then that's all she wrote. So 4-1 for the Tampa Bay Lightning. Look at some of the stats. Shots were equal. Canucks won the faceoff battle. Canucks special teams were better. They went 1 for 3 on the power play, and they killed off all 5 of the Tampa Bay Lightning power plays. Penalty minutes, 14-8. More hits, more block shots for Tampa. So when you look at the stats, if you look at this, you wouldn't think that the Canucks lost. Better face-offs, whatever, but they're better special teams too. So then we go to the box score, and when you look at the forwards, the thing that stick out, well, everyone was a minus basically. That's the first thing. The only players that didn't have a dash beside them were Heinen, Hoglander, and Atu Ratu. And then a lot of guys were -2, especially the Suter, Sherwood, Bluger line. And then Besser gets a dash because he came on early for that goal where he was kind of in the middle there, as we saw as well. Time on ice, high man was Miller with 20 minutes. Low man was Sherwood and Ratu with only 9:50. And then look at the shots. Garland had 4. Miller had 4. Look at the blocks. Hoglander and Sherwood had 2. Sherwood had 4 hits. So a lot of hustle plays by Sherwood, even though he only had 10 minutes of ice time. And then when you go to the defenseman, not great. Everyone was a minus. No one had points. High man was Hughes at 26. Low man was Juleson at 12. Juleson did have 3 shots, but no blocks or no hits. Hronik had 3 hits. I fully expect to see Desharnais in the game. Myers did play, despite that horrible injury on Friday night. I did not think he looked great. Looked a little tentative. And yeah, our defense just isn't that good right now. Shilov's first goal, you can't blame him. It was a great pass by Radish to Kucherov, and Kucherov is one of the best snipers. Second goal, he should have had. Fully admit that slap shot. Third goal, bang bang play. When you got Myers is the one who should be checking the Tampa Bay player. Shilov did his job in trying to make a save with the guy standing on top of him. So that was my thought. And you guys know that last night on the stream, I predicted that Artur Shilovs would start. And that wasn't like an amazing prophecy. I had a 50-50 chance of being right, 50% chance of being right. But I did think that it was a thing to give him confidence. Is because Lankinen he played better on Friday night, but Lankinen didn't win either. And I thought Shilovs had a good game. He should draw a lot of confidence from this game, especially in the first period. He made a lot of really good saves. That period, we could have been out of there 3-0, 3-0, 4-0, because the Shilovs was that good in preventing some goals. So yeah, Vasilevsky only let in 1. It was one that they had to pound through him, trickle through. So Vasilevsky was the better goaltender, but I don't know. I'd be very hard pressed to blame Artur Shilovs for this loss tonight. So who do you blame? What do you blame for this loss? Well, is another horrible start. I'll tell you that much. It was a horrible start to the game, and the Canucks, you can't afford a really slow start against a really good Tampa Bay Lightning who were playing in, I believe that was their home opener. People are going to say, what's up with Elias Pettersson? I thought he was noticeable. Like, he wasn't great, but I did think he was noticeable. He had a couple chances in tight, didn't always hit the net. The only one I didn't like was his attempt, but it was shorthanded. If you guys remember, he came in with Derek Forbert on a 2-on-1 and just backhanded towards the goal. I didn't like that a lot, but then again, I think I take a PD backhand over a Forbert scoring chance. And if PD makes that pass and it gets picked off, then they're in trouble. They're already shorthanded, and then they're in trouble going the other way. So I was fine with that play. Actually, I know they kind of brought it up on the intermission, but I was actually okay with that play. Yeah, a couple close plays you want to see him finish, but at least he was noticeable. At least he was buzzing around the net. I'm not making excuses for him. Yes, obviously the bottom line is you need to produce, and Pettersson is not doing that right now. But neither is anyone. Like, some people were surprised that Daniel Sprong got scratched. Archie Baines was sort of noticeable. He wasn't amazing. And the first game of the season, the top 6 were really good. The second game of the season, the bottom 6 were really good. And then today, the third game of the season, I don't think anyone was really good. I thought Shilovs might have been their best player. So I asked you, I said, what's the biggest issue with the Canucks right now? 44% of you said the offense, which obviously includes PD. 25% of you are saying defense. 16% of you are saying goaltending. And 13% of you are saying coaching, i.e. slow starts, bad power play. Although they did score 1 goal tonight. And their penalty kill has been pretty good. So it would be unfair for me to say that the special teams have been bad. The power play hasn't been great, but the penalty kill has a really good start to the season. but the bad start, Rick Tocchet wasn't making any excuses for jet lag or anything. He said they flew in on Sunday, so they've had 2 days to acclimate themselves. They just, he kept saying, they got to dig deeper. They got to dig deeper. So that's winning battles in front of the net. That's being on the right side of the play when it comes to rebounds, bang, bang plays. Connor Garland, for example, is one guy who always digs deep, who's always smallest guy out there, but not afraid to get to the front of the net. And that's how he scored his goal today. So I watched the first 2 periods, and then I went to go watch Kayla's volleyball game. She played really well. So I was happy for her. And speaking of Kayla, a lot of good feedback about the tortilla slap, that video. I put it up on my Instagram again today, and I'll probably put it up as a YouTube short by the end of the week. But yes, thank you. For those of you asking, my ear is okay. Haven't had any headaches. And Kayla and I are still friends. Okay. So let me do I guess around the NHL really quickly. We have a goalie goal. Gustafson from Minnesota scored. It was an away game too. So kind of like what Allmark did to us a couple seasons ago, scoring an empty net. It was Gustafson scoring against the St. Louis Blues. Gustafson scoring for Minnesota. So a really quick look at the scores from around the league today. We do a quick look at the scores and a quick look at the standings, and then I'll do my mid-show sponsor read. So we lost 4-1. We know that. Vegas loses their first game to Washington 4-2. Look at all these 4-2 scores. See, so don't make fun of me when I make the 4-2 prediction. Look, the first 2 of the first 3 games are 4-2 scores. We had the Hurricanes beating the Devils. That's a good matchup, 4-2. The Panthers beating the Blue Jackets. You guys, I know you guys have all seen this. If you haven't, Johnny Gaudreau, obviously, who passed away tragically in the offseason, he played for the Blue Jackets. And what they did is for the opening faceoff, they left the left wing spot, Gaudreau spot, blank. So Columbus only brought out 4 skaters for the opening faceoff, and appropriately they dropped the puck. Sean Monahan, one of his best friends, won the faceoff for Columbus, pushed it over to Sam Bennett, who was Gaudreau's teammate in Calgary, and then Bennett placed the puck back on Columbus's side where Gaudreau would have stood. It was very, very touching. And then they ran 13 seconds off the clock for his jersey number, and then standing ovation from the crowd, and then from both teams, and then they got to play in the game. So a really, really powerful moment there in Columbus. It's really too bad they lost. Minnesota 4-1 with the goalie goal. Kraken, what's up with them? 7-3. What? I thought the Predators are supposed to be good after all their changes. Then we got the Stars beating the Sharks. We had the Flames still winning. What's going on with them? And with the Oilers, getting their first win of the season. So we look at the standings now. Again, it's early. John says, Clay, 5 Pepsis a day until the Canucks win. So it's early. Who cares about the East right now? But are they undefeated teams? Yeah, Tampa's 2-0. They've only, isn't it weird how Florida's played 5 and Tampa's only played 2? But yeah, so Tampa has not lost. And then no, Rangers have lost now. So Tampa's the only undefeated team in the East. In the West, Dallas has not lost. Winnipeg has not lost. Ooh. Look at who's at the bottom, though, of the Central. Nashville and Colorado. Crazy. And then in the Pacific, yikes. Look who's on the bottom. Vancouver and Edmonton. And then Calgary hasn't lost either, which is crazy. And Vegas had their first loss tonight. Who hasn't won yet? Who's got a fat 0 in the win column? Only a couple teams. Nashville, Colorado, San Jose, and Vancouver. There's only 4 winless teams in the NHL, and sadly, we are one of them. Okay, let's do my mid-show sponsor read, and then I'll turn it over to you for your questions. And we'll start off our mid-show sponsor read by hearing about Jason Lim and Van City Experts Real Estate. Thank you to my channel sponsor, Jason Lim of Van City Experts Real Estate. At Van City Experts, their experience, knowledge, and expertise can serve you well in navigating through the real estate market and will help you to choose the best home or condo in the Greater Vancouver area that best suits your and your family's needs. Once again, thank you to Jason Lim and Van City Experts Real Estate. Thank you to Coach Patrick Liu, weight loss coach. Use the link that you see flying across the bottom of the screen, coachpatrickliu.com/clay, and receive a free 5-day workout when you sign up. Thank you to Gassy Art, making that fine artwork. And thank you to Vessi Footwear. Use the link tinyurl.com/VessiClay and receive a free pair of socks off your next purchase of Vessi shoes. Remember, you can get involved by subscribing to the channel, by liking the video. You can leave a donation. Will you be the first to get the donation train out of the station tonight? You can gift a membership. You can buy your own membership, upgrade your own membership, use your monthly membership message. And if you're listening on a podcast platform, make sure you rate and review. And don't forget, you can support me by buying some Canuck Clay merch at canuckclay.threadless.com. One other announcement. Remember, tomorrow is members only. So I'll be posting the link at around dinner time. And then all you have to do, members, is go to my community tab and you'll see the link. So tomorrow is members only stream, and then back to the entire community on Thursday. Let's give some love to Justin Credible, who gets the donation train out of the station tonight. So thank you, Justin, for the $5 donation. Let's give Justin some love. It says, Oilers were desperate and loaded up Draisaitl, McDavid, and Hyman tonight, and it led to a win. Is it time for the 649 line? Interesting. So thank you, Justin, for the donation. If you go lotto line, then I guess that means you could go, who's the next best center? Is it Suter? You could go Suter between DeBrusk and Heinen. Third line, you could still have Ratu with Garland and Hoglander. And then your fourth line, or you put Sprong on the second line. The fourth line could be, for instance, Bluger with Sprong and one of Oman or Baines. Yeah, I don't think great question, Justin. I don't think Tockett's a big fan of the lotto line for some reason. I would be fine with it, but I'm not sure if Tocchet would be. What a great question, though. Great question. We are playing the Florida Panthers next. Okay, let's get to some of your questions now. Because there are 86 of you in YouTube, another 116 on X, we're going to go questions only to start off. But if I can highlight a quick comment here and there, I will for sure. Victor is wondering if EP is fully healed from his knee tendonitis. Do you think it shows how badly we need Demko, or does Shelos play well tonight? Edmund, I thought Shelos played fine, especially in the first period. I only didn't like one of the 3 goals. Remember, one was an empty netter, so don't see 4 and go, oh my gosh, he let in 4 goals. I'd say 2 of the 3 he didn't really have a complete chance on. So I thought he was fine. I'm not going to sit here and say if Demko wins. I'm not going to sit here and say the Canucks win tonight if Demko's in net, because they only scored 1 goal, right? It goes both ways. You got to keep the puck out, but you also got to score as well. Hey, Harry, when Joshua returns, could you see Garland, Bluger, Joshua? Yep. Or I could see Garland, Joshua with Suter as well. They've played with both of those centers quite well. Yeah. Oh, I see. When gives you more options when Joshua is back, then you can go lotto line. Garland needs to be on PD's line. Does Tocchet need to pull Predators last year and cancel a team activity like concert to wake this team up? It's a little early for that, fangirl, but we'll see. We'll see. He may have some tricks up his sleeve for sure. Clay, can the Canucks overcome a terrible October record to make the playoffs? Absolutely. Right now, they're only actually a game under 500. They have 2 points. It's not great, but it's not 0. So they can absolutely still make the playoffs for sure. Yeah, John, I hear what you're saying, but Tocchet, I'm not sure if that's the best strategy all the time. Defensive breakdown on all 3 goals. Yeah, that's fair. Definitely the Gilson one. Yep. The slip. The second one, I didn't like Sherwood's play there, and I thought Myers got caught too deep. And the third one, as I talked about, yeah, they just weren't aggressive enough in front of the net. How long until full frontal panic mode? Well, I don't know why you have to put full frontal in there, Swerve and Irvin. Keep your fantasies out of this. Boudreau's second year, we started the season with 7 losses. I think after 5 losses, if we haven't won by game, no, if we haven't won by the end of this road trip, then you can't lose your first 6 games. To me, that's a time to panic. Time to call Lekaramaki. He wasn't even playing for Abbotsford yet. I think he was out for a week. I do think we see Verlander, especially if they want to burn a year of his contract. Teams that have won tonight were teams that were doing bad last year and suddenly are doing good. Yeah, the first month of the season is always tough to say, though, because bad teams can string a few wins together, but they're still bad. Well, I think we have to look at it more, even though I just spent 2 minutes looking through the standings. I think we got to look at it more at the end of the month. EP 40 is how many games he scored a goal. What do you think about the hurricane in Florida? It's brutal, Simon. I'm surprised you played the game today. Yeah, I think obviously that was a decision made by the league and the team. Put up missing EP 40. Yes, I've seen that meme going around. Yes, I did see it, and it was beautiful. How badly do we need him? We need him. But I don't think goaltending is why we lost against Flyers and why we lost against Tampa. Sure, you might want them to steal a save or steal a win, but I don't think goaltending is the biggest issue for sure. Yeah, we got to get Desharnais back in there. Can't believe I said that. Yeah, Edmund, if Branson keeps playing well in Abbotsford, we could bring him up. Help from forwards and D-zone was a problem tonight. Yeah, that's true. They did not back check well. This was a schedule loss. Tampa Bay's jacked for their fans. Home opener, City after the hurricane. They were well rested. That's fair. That's fair. I fell into burning ring of fire, went down, 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 and the flames went higher, and it burns the ring of fire. Does flying into the next city for a game after the previous game help the jet lag, or is it just better for the players if the team's already in Fort Lauderdale area? Usually, yeah, you want to fly right after a game and then already be resting in the city that you're playing in next. Those Flames are crazy. That's true. That's true. They were supposed to open on the weekend. That's a great point, Viper. Wow. Tickets were reselling as low as 25. Still didn't feel like the right thing to do when so many people are struggling. Yeah, I hear you, Alina. It's tough. It's tough. Like, I'm not saying this is the reason, but it is hard to reschedule. Well, Florida's going to be tough on Thursday, but then Philly, even though we lost them in Chicago, those aren't tough teams. I mean, those are winnable games. Dan, it could be a mental thing. It could be a physical thing. Who knows? What do I think is the biggest issue is the lack of chemistry. Thank you for asking, Carol. It's the lack of chemistry. We have 7 new players on this roster. That's big. Feels like the problem is team wide and not just pinpoint. Yeah, and great points for Irvin. I do think it's a lack of chemistry. Are we going to accept this? Well, nothing we can do about it yet. Lightning needed that win after what they've been through in the center of the storm was 25 miles away from Tampa. Crazy. Hey, Warpaws, good luck to you on Thursday. I'm sorry, but I'm going for Florida. Same with tonight's game. No problem. Who was your weakest player? I think our fourth line didn't have a good game today. Blueger, Suter, and Sherwood. Yeah, DeBrusque was kind of invisible today too. Lack of effort. And are you saying it's not a chemistry issue or lack of effort and lack of chemistry? Yeah, DeBrusque, I thought today was his most quiet game of the 3. Team needs to go out for a Korean barbecue. No, I'd go with them. I think that's a great idea. Oh, sweet, Swervin. It was a good stream last night. Admittedly, it was very good because there's no Canucks After Dark, so I had some energy. I made the executive decision not to do games nights anymore on Monday nights just because I think it caters to a smaller group than usual. And I'm glad that you scored. That's awesome. GVM, my prediction is Florida 6-2. Yikes. The Canucks 0-5 to start potentially. I agree. Okay, friends, I've caught up. Thank you. Keep going. Keep peppering me with questions or share with me what's the biggest issue right now and how panicked are you? Best player tonight. I thought Connor Garland was good. He's always good. Yeah, the standings is interesting, Simon. A lot of teams that I'm surprised Colorado, Nashville, and Vancouver are all winless. Do you think line changes could spark up the team chemistry? On one hand, yes, they could spark the team. On the other hand, it doesn't do much for my argument about chemistry if you keep changing the lines too. It's so tough. It's so tricky. Oh, my eyes are sore. If I was talking, I'd let the players do a players only meeting. Yeah, but yeah, that's fair. But it's not like he's going to tell the players to have a players only meeting. It's got to come from the players. First Kings Canucks game is November 7th. Yeah. Florida doesn't have Barkov. Yeah, I think Kachuk's going to be out too. Wow, Adam's saying 8-2 Florida. You guys are not very confident. Team needs McDavid to yell in the dressing room. I also think they'll lose against Panthers. They are strong. If we don't win the 2 games after that, I'm panicking. That's totally fair. No, Doug, no news, but the good news is they're on the trip, which is good. I agree with you, Swerve Irving. Cohesion and chemistry. Team is not in sync. I think what Talkett should do is get the 7 new players out maybe on their own and then see where they fit in best. Do you mean like practice on their own, Shannon? What do you mean? The biggest issue is PD. Anyone saying otherwise is hopelessly romanticizing him. Okay, well, that's fine. Defensive play is the problem. When there's a goal, it seems somebody's not covering the other player on the weak side. Or weak coverage. Yeah, Myers was not good today. Garland is the best player every night, like a cliff running on steroids. I had 9. You had 1-9 October win, Chicago. Okay, that's not good. John, you worried that Talket's going to get fired already? Florida win with 5-3. 5-3. No, I don't want Oman on the first line. Maybe Sprong. And if you trust Miller and Besser defensively, I will start panicking if we don't beat Chicago. Yeah, not everyone happy with Pedersen for sure. Garland is running 2.0. Do you think it's time for Brandstrom? Not yet. Not yet, but that could happen for a spark, Justin. PD literally played his best game all year. I agree. That granted, there's only a small sample size, only 3 games, but I thought this was his most. I thought he was noticeable for sure. Hockey pool. I'm in 4th in one of them, and I'm winning 2 of them. I'm in 3 total. I'm confident that when Demko and Joshua returns, the Canucks will have their confidence back and Desharnais return the lineup. Yeah, I hope so. 0-10, he'll be fired. Yes. Should we fire Talk after the road trip if we come back winless? If we're 0-6, I think there are going to be some whispers for sure. Can you imagine Jack Adams and then getting fired? It's happened before. Oh, see and do more practices. Okay. I hear you, Shannon. Garland is a stud. I think they should try Ratu on the line with PD. Talk is not the problem. It's the players. They need a night out and hang out, become good friends. A rowdy night out in Fort Lauderdale might bring the boys together. There you go. You guys are thinking the same thing. He has 1 point. PD has an assist so far. 11.6 million. DeBrus set up PD a few times, but PD couldn't finish for 11.6. I would like to think that he can finish. That's fair. I agree that PD looked engaged today. His best game, post his numbers. Adam, respectfully, it's not always about points. I noticed him more today than I noticed him on Wednesday. But I'm happy, Adam, for you to tell me which of the 3 games you thought he played which one has been the best of his 3. I'm guessing you're going to say none, but that doesn't answer the question. I know what might wake the team up. Have fans along the anthem singers. We've had sing where the streets have no name for the team will. Okay, so more fan involvement. I can see little improvements every game, but we got to get some wins soon. I think we just didn't finish today. 3-2 Canucks with Lankin starting on Thursday. Quick trip to Vegas for the boys. PD still looks like he's playing too safe, like he's scared to make moves. He does play very tentatively. Tristan says PD should be ashamed of himself. Threaten trades and they'll man up and play. Matthews makes more money and 0 points. You don't hear people whining about Matthews. Yeah, actually, Viper, I don't know. I don't follow the Toronto fans, so maybe they are complaining, maybe they're not. I don't know. I noticed him miss the net by 6 feet when he's a foot away. Tyler says, don't be harsh on PD. He knows he's got to wake up. Let's go PD chance. I like that. PD is very, very tentative right now. think you're going to have to give up a lot to get Rasmus Anderson. Sweet. You're going to the game on Thursday. That's awesome. Vasi's so good. If Tampa Bay looks like that, they might win the division. I think it was more them than us being bad. No, they're a good team. They're not the same team they were when they were winning cups, but they still have some really good players, obviously. Hey, Mark, did my first, I caught a bit of it as I was setting up my stream. Did my first Game Over episode over at Game Over Vancouver. My opinion, that was PD's best game. Just found his groove a bit later than we wanted. So everyone say hello to Mark Shangita. He is one of the new hosts at Game Over Vancouver. Keep it up. Keep it up. Keep finding your voice. And that's awesome that you're doing that. That's great. Good luck to you. That goal review took way too long. I agree. The Matthews noise is loud. That's fair. Yes. Calgary will not give Anderson up for cheap. PD needs to unleash his one-timer. That's true. Doug, I truly think the Canucks are going to win, and I'm going to say 4-2. I know you guys think that's a cop-out, but I've asked you guys many times via polls, and you say it's fine. I'm going Canucks 4-2. I really think they're going to win on Thursday, or maybe I really want them to win. Fatigue, yeah, it's tough. I hear what you're saying, Mark, but Talkett didn't want to use that as an excuse. Canucks were almost unbeaten in the flying skate last year. I think they only lost once or twice. Time to go back to black. What, on the road, though? Yeah, I bet you that Matthews fans are complaining about Matthews. Dan, I don't know him personally. Like I've talked to him a couple times before. I've had him on my show once. The longer, that goal review. Yeah, too bad we couldn't take advantage. Starts like this make me hesitant to even get a ticket to a game. Well, it's tough. Like you're gonna have those hotel, flight, food anywhere. So I don't think you can use that as a determining factor. Yeah, buyer beware, right? Fangirl, you never know what kind of effort you're gonna get when you buy a ticket. I think the Canucks should shoot the net more. I think they need more traffic. And I said this a lot last year too. They need more traffic in front of the net. Disrupt the goalie. I think PD needs to have his neck look as he can't hold his head up. Oh. 2 days off flying in. Yeah, I mentioned that, Tyler. Thank you. They just need to play like Demko's in that 8-7 game, but at least we score, as long as we score the 8, right? Okay, friends, we are 40 minutes in. I do need to get going. This is the one where I cannot be late because I have to get to my church hour by midnight. I got to clean all this up and upload the podcast. So thank you, everyone, for being here. Moderators, thank you for keeping this a safe and respectful place. Members, that's legendary Lucas Gates and legendary Andrew Chang, Hall of Fame and franchise members. Thanks for your support. And thanks to all of you for watching, liking, and subscribing. Thanks to my sponsors, Van City Experts Real Estate, Coach Patrick Liu, weight loss coach. And thanks to all of you as well. And thanks to Justin, who went above and beyond with the $5 donation tonight, making sure that the donation train had to at least get itself out of the station. Don't forget that on your way out, you can like this video and you can subscribe. And tomorrow night is a members only stream. I will post the link around dinner time on the community page. So Wednesday night is members only, and then the entire community is welcome back on Thursday. And hopefully we are talking about a Canucks win over the Florida Panthers. So thanks again, everyone, for being here. I hope you had a great Tuesday. My body's slowly catching up to the rest that I did not have on the weekend, but hey, that's what I wanted to do. And it turned out really, really well. Okay, friends, you guys are the best. As always, stay safe. And don't forget to rate the bad joke out of 10 on the way out. Stay safe. Stay healthy. Take care of yourselves and take care of each other. By the way, I'm not sure if I told you guys, the other day I was attacked by a bunch of clowns, by a bunch of circus clowns in a parking lot. Yes, it was very scary. But I won the fight because I went right for the juggler. The juggler. God bless. And go Canucks go. Booyah.